Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Buck. So we're gonna make a little tour of all my trees and that squirrel. Do you want to be on this video there, little squirrel? He's up here in my chicken coop. These guys, I feed them corn, so they hang around. Okay buddy, we're gonna move on to the trees. Yeah, there he goes. You want to stick around for the video? You want to be in this video, and you and I will give everybody a tour of the trees. I hear one of his buddies over here beside me eating berries. Okay, amigo. So I guess we'll start with all these spruce here first. This is in my front yard. All these guys. That's one of my oldest trees. I got that one back in March. This one, the video I made today, the bush I was in, that one was the last one that I got out of that bush. Got my little guys here in another spot. So that's all my spruce, and of course my squirrel. Now down here we got two weeping willows, and then the yellow pot. There's the end of this one. I found that one like that. It was already broke like that, so I thought, well, that's cool, because like this one I'll get it to back, but I'll keep trimming it down a bit, get it a little shorter. My big Japanese maple, one side has a little dieback on it, common for this time of the year, plus like getting that and repotting it, right, it's gonna take a year to bounce back. Then over here we got my maples behind that. And my little maple down in this pot, a little bit bigger one. Over here by the chicken coop we got 3 more. So yeah, we have 5 maples. 5 maples and 3 chickens. Ladies, do you want to be on a YouTube video all about bonsai trees? What these chickens do to help me with my bonsai trees is they eat the grass that grows in the pots. Wheezy, go show them. Go over and pick some grass out of that pot. Show them what I'm talking about. Good girl. They so yeah, they keep the weeds down a little bit in these trees that are out here. And as you can see behind them, there's 4 of my big pines. And if we follow Wheezy, she's just walking past my pine forest. Another pine, another pine, another pine. Thank you, Wheezy. And there goes Thelma. And of course, Patty. What are you saying, Patty? You like that little pine forest? We're gonna come forward in a minute and check that out. You guys going to visit the neighbors? Let me know if you see any baby pine trees growing up there, okay, girls? All right. So yeah, we'll start with this one. Nice little pine tree. This one's really cool. I like that. And these are all just the way they came from nature. You know, some of these trees with these crazy bends on them and stuff like that. This needs to be cleaned out. One tree died. That's the first pine that had died, and a branch died on that one. Other than that, that's my little pine tree forest. This is my best tree, the one that got broken in nature and healed itself and started growing again. Stand back, see, nice. Have a look at that. It's a nice tree, eh? Then I got my 2 smaller ones that are just a nice little tree. That one needs to be weeded. There's another one on a nice little lean, and then my other medium-sized one that goes with my big one over there. So that one and that one, we're growing together. And we'll move over here. We got my wife's roses up there. My wifey's little plant there. That one too, I forget what that's called right at this second. And then I got my Japanese juniper down there. Over here, I got a big maple, and I'm not sure if it's going to come back. It's been a while. There's a little wee bit of green left on those leaves, and nothing else. The way this was growing in between the sheds, it didn't have much root on it the way I dug it out. So I wasn't sure if it was going to live, but I knew if it did live, it would be cool because it's really tall. But that's okay, I can get another one. And right beside it, we have our Christmas tree. My bonsai Christmas tree that needs to be weeded too. Give me a second here, guys, and I'll reach in, turn these lights on for you. So it's a little bit light out right now for the Christmas tree lights, but you can kind of see them there, you know. At nighttime I put those on and it looks really cool. I took a little height off the top of that tree, just a little bit. And so I bring it home. It was about a 6-foot tree. I carried that home, and I cut the candles off it this spring when it grew. It's done really good. I fertilized it well, taking care of it, so it'll back bud next year because I did the candle thing. This is my Austrian pine, still here, doing fine. It'll take a while. It's bouncing back this year from being replanted, dug up in the field. My little cedars. There's that one, and my tanuki back there. Got my pink and my cherry. Yeah, that's my little tanuki back in there. That's my little cherry in the blue pot. There's another little cedar right there. I've done some more work recently on that cedar tree. It's coming along. My pink willow, I'm doing an experiment where I got a piece of wire hanging there to pull that one branch down a bit. And if it doesn't hurt it, then I'm going to do that to all of them to try. And we put it in a pink pot we bought the other day. My big crazy tree, I don't know what it is. My neighbor's flowers and my little hanging baskets. And then my big looking bonsai thing that grows under pine trees in the forest. I want to get more of those. They all grow like that. Some of them are really big. These things, I don't know what they are, but they grow in the forest too. See them all the time out in the bush. So I bring one home. I've had that all summer. Been taking care of it. It's done great. I don't know if it'll come back or not next year. I'll just leave it out and see. But they're really cool, whatever they are. And same with this one. Like I say, it's kind of like a natural little bonsai tree. And I'm going to be getting more of those. I know where they grow. I just don't know what it is yet. So yeah, Christmas lights. Like I say, if it was a little darker, you'd see them lights a little better. It's cool at night. So let's go move on into the backyard. That's been the kitty cat. Like I say, my chickens took off to the neighbor's house. So that's the front yard for trees. Of course, there's my tiger lilies. We got our hanging baskets up here by our barbecues. There's another one on the other side there. So yeah, guys, let's take our little camera, come back in here into my raspberry garden. Got raspberries out front too, raspberries back here. The wifey's chair for the clothesline, which is right here. My canoe and all my junk. Some trees, I was pruning this tree a little, let some light through here the other day, so I got some branches stacked up in there. So we'll start back here. As you can see, I got another table full of really beautiful little pine trees, just like we were out today in that video. All these pine trees, and this isn't all of them, there's more. All those ones you just saw out front, and every one of these pines right here, they all came from that forest. Zoom in here a little. The ones up front first, these little guys. Little guy back there. I'll pull him out in a minute, he's wired. I love this tree in this green pot. That's a nice little tree. It's just mediocre ochre size. This one is wired. I wired that one just the other night, as you can see. And this one beside it is wired. So they're gonna grow in that position. This one I'm going to leave the way it is. I love that little tree. It just came that way from nature, so I want to kind of keep it that way. Give me a second, guys. I got to reach in here, pull one forward so you can see what I got going on through it. So yeah, sorry about that, but this one is all wired up. It's got a little twist down there, as you can see. I was doing some wiring the other night. So I'd seen that on a YouTube video where they do a little one like that with a twist in it. So I thought I'd try one. Why not, right? Like I say, that one in the green pot there, it's one of my favorites. So, yeah. So that's my little table and my big dog. Are you looking for trees by any chance? Interested in buying a few and maybe spending a few $1,000s? What do you say, ma'am? I just want to sniff my phone. Anyway, so that's that table. Just turn this way. And that little dog might want to buy some trees, I'm not sure. No, it doesn't look like it. He's just going to pee on my stuff and walk away. So we'll carry on. Come back here and you will find some more trees in both those greenhouses. But first, we'll look over here. What's old Buxter got going on here? Other than the Venus flytraps back there, this one is from my yard. This little King of Thorns my wife bought, which was really nice. I love that one. It's got those beauty little flowers on it. This is my dogwood in an old retro bonsai pot that I had got. And yeah, it's getting there. As you can see, a little pine behind it there. I'll get to him in a minute. This one's one of these, I don't know what kind of little maples these are. Or sorry, yeah, maples, they've got a little maple key on it. But I bought a cake that had that flag in there, so I was like, well, that's a maple tree, so I'll just put that flag in there. And behind it, there's another bonsai that I wired in a little pot that I bought from the dollar store and drilled a hole in. This one, this little pine, is from the forest that way. It has that natural bend to it. That's the way it was growing in the forest. That same forest we were in today, the big one, that's where I got this one, my nice little hemlock. Again, those three are all in those black pots from the dollar store, and I just drilled holes in them. Took the little fake trees out, put them in. This cat might want to buy a tree. I'm not really sure. Would you like to buy that tree, sir? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. You just gonna rub yourself, or are you gonna like do some shopping? Because if you're not shopping, I have to kick you out of the store. You know, not that I'm not a nice guy and everything. It's just, you know, you gotta make money around here for cat food. So from today, these are all the little pines I got today. There's that big tall one back in there. He's probably one of my favorite ones from today. I'll show you guys something. I'll have to pull it out. Or no, I can just move my camera. So this little stone pot down here, I put 2 pines in it. They were already kind of growing together, the roots, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna leave those 2 in there like that. So that's gonna wind up probably being one of my favorite trees, because that's the only one that I got two trees in, other than my little pine forest out front. Listen, I told you, you gotta shop here, buddy, or move it along, eh? But yeah, I would suggest that that cat buys this tree over here, and that dog, you should pay for that tree, just because you ran by it all aggressive. But yeah, that's one of my favorite ones in that little white pot. I had to drill a hole in that one. I had to drill a hole in these 2 plastic ones, that stone one and that white one tonight. The rest of them were all good to go. So yeah, moving on over here, got my juniper table. This is my big one that was $100. Little juniper and a nice little bonsai pot there. This one got a little sunburned on me, and so I had to move it into a better spot. But yeah, another little juniper. Speaking of little junipers, here's one that I made myself. I'm going to eventually be taking that branch off. So without that branch, that'll help the look of this tree. I know it's not the best background. That's another one that I made. I trimmed myself. That was one of those dwarf Alberta spruce. And this is my favorite little pot, one of my most favorite little pots. I've always liked that little spruce tree that's in there. I've had that one for quite a while. As you can see, it's doing good. It's got like little candles or buds or whatever you call them coming along. Another one of my favorite pines right there from the bush. It grew that angle by itself in the bush. That's the way that one came. And in front of it, you got my sarissa, my very first bonsai tree that I ever bought. Beside my sarissa, you got a dwarf umbella tree. I'm not going to remember the name of you right now, but that's another little dwarf jade tree, I believe. This one, don't ask me the name of it. I didn't know you could scan them when I bought them, so I don't know what this one's called. Somebody, if you know what this is in the comments, you get them from the grocery store. It's got, as you can see, it's got like long, skinny green leaves on it. It's a beautiful little tree and a beautiful little pot. So, but I don't know what that one is just yet. I will find out one day. And another little hemlock beside that, and a little bonsai pot. I just had to drill a hole in that. I got that from the thrift store, just like this little teacup one. I could cascade it, but I want to leave it the way it is, and it's from nature that way. It grew sideways in nature like that, so I drilled a hole in that little cup and did the little teapot bonsai thing. One of my favorite trees. You guys know this one. I got from the shop, out behind the shop. Those are the ones I go looking for. My new tree, this time of night the leaves start to droop a bit. This is a Brazilian rain tree. In the daytime, it perks right up. It all perked up in the morning, and this time of the night, the leaves kind of go to sleep on it. Another one of my favorite little trees there. That one, I believe, came from the graveyard. And it was just a cool little tree, whatever. I'm not even sure what they are yet. I got a couple of those. Another little spruce kind of cascading down there a little, right there. And then my little weed, that thing needs to be trimmed. So yeah, moving on to this table next to it over here, it's all clay. It's not all my clay. I have more out front and everything, but this table, everything on this table is all in clay pots. These Robertson Stevens from the 1800s. I don't know if you can see the writing on there, probably not. I love those two pots. I got that one and that one at a thrift store a couple weeks ago. And I got a nice little pine tree in each of those. Those pots are cool. I've seen them before, but that is a wicked little tree that came from that spot today where I was like, you see that hole down there? When I was out kind of towards the end of the video, that was the tree I got out of that hole. Those are two little orange trees, and I do have some lemon trees that I'm going to be putting in soon. One of my favorite pots because it's really old looking, and I got a nice little spruce tree in there. That's really nice. Another little spruce back here. I have a little pine beside it. Now beside that, most of those clippings died. I was told that I could just put those clippings in. That one might be it's still green, doing okay. The other ones, the needles all fell off when it rained. And beside them, I got 3 of my cerissas coming along. I also have my greenhouse over here where my dog just broke into. So right there's my house plant. We got some kind of little tree-ish thing there. That is my, oh man, I can't remember the name of those right now. But yeah, you buy those in the grocery store. I'll remember the name of that in a second. Ginseng, no, not ginseng, something like that. Anyway, there's a little Japanese maple up there that's still rooting in some water. Got my wife's little like bamboo plant there. This thing, I'm not sure if it's a little tree or like just a weed that I bring home. Come on, Charlie. Let the dog out. I got 2 more of these white little poplar trees in white pots, and then I got a big white pot over there with a bigger poplar tree. I don't know if that one's gonna make it. I didn't get the most roots. My little Colorado pine still doing good. Heather's little plant doing good. I can't remember what those are called either. I got my red oak, one of the 2. This one, the name escapes me right now, but it comes from Madagascar, so it's nice and humid out here. It's doing good out here in this greenhouse, bouncing back. And this is my other big red oak. Then it almost died right back, and then it popped back into life. This one I love. I just got this last night. That's why it's out here. I just planted that. I found it. It's got like a thick stalk. So we're gonna have to do some leaf shaping up there and let it grow and fill in. And over here in this big vase, I have a pine tree, and what I'm going to do, I'll show you guys. This is going to be my cascade, right like that. So that's going to be my cascading bonsai coming out of there because I don't have one yet. So I just planted that in there last night, and I'm just kind of giving it a couple of days to settle into that pot before I wire it. And oh, I don't know if I showed you. Yeah, those 2 little white pots, those 2 little poplar trees. I have a 3rd one out here that I'm going to skip past. So come back out. It's right behind these 2. That little white pot kind of goes up, and there's his leaves. That one I've had for a few weeks, so it's in better shape. It's, you know what I mean, it's bounced back and re-rooted itself to that pot. So yeah, so I got 3 of those little white pots with those little bonsai trees. Oh, and before we got another greenhouse. So this is my willow. Finally got planted. And I bought that big pot for it because willows like to grow lots of roots. That's the one I took it off another tree. That was a branch I cut off a tree, and I had to put it in water forever and let it re-root. As you can see here, it's got some green leaves coming along. So it's got lots of life bouncing back. And that's going to be a beautiful tree. I'm going to bring it in and put it under a light all winter. That one's literally coming in. That's one of those trees, but I want a miniature weeping willow, and that's what I'm using to build my first one. But I have those 2 baby ones out front, but I mean, like this one's already got a nice thick trunk. It's already got the height. And when it grows roots, eventually I can put it in a bonsai pot, but for now I'm just going to let it grow lots of roots and let it flourish, right? So that's why I got it in a big pot that was on sale. And that pot, I bought it because it's kind of like matches the tree bark a little bit right now while it's a baby. In here we got all my nice colorful pots with, of course, more pine trees. Like I say, I have to count all my pine trees now. I don't know how many I got, including the one with the Christmas lights. But yeah, so you got your reds, your blues, your teals, and your pink, and your lime green. That's my rainbow colored greenhouse, I guess. It is kind of nice to have something with all the colors in it, though. It looks nice, just like all the clay together looks nice, you know. And then from that, we just kind of go full-on bonsai trees all around the back of the house. And those little pines over there, I got to put in the greenhouse tonight and keep them safe for a week or so, because they've all just been transplanted. So yeah, I will take your money now if you want to buy any trees, man. Oh, I see you just want to go after squirrels. That's kind of racist, but you know, you could just buy a tree instead. But yeah. Oh, that's not even a squirrel, that's a camper from the 80s. That's why you never see those, and it looks weird. It's like a spaceship. It's probably aliens, so you should maybe go get them. Go get them. Aliens, go get them. Is it aliens? You don't know what an alien is, do you? Huh? They're from outer space. You better go do something about that. If you're not going to shop here, get them. Get them. Get them. Not a mean bone in her body. Unlike this crazy dog over here who's drooling. Yes, you're drooling because you had another stroke and you're crazy. Diggy's been having some health issues lately, but he's still happy. So anyways, that'll be that for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this little tour that's now like 22 minutes long. Like I say, those little pines I will put all in the greenhouse tonight. I'm going to do that soon. Well, it doesn't matter. One is just done before I go to bed. And again, back here, my other table, the pines. So my next thing I'm going to do all along this fence, where I have these raspberry plants, that whole fence line all the way back to my shed is going to be all tables all along that fence, and that whole fence all the way out to the road is eventually going to be patio stones and trees. So I'm going to have about 1,000 trees here that I can slowly start selling someday, just for a hobby. And then I can come out here and harass my dogs about not paying for that tree you're trying to pee on, sir. And you, if you're not going to get the aliens, you should at least like buy a tree. Huh? You want to buy a tree? Which one would you like? Huh? You'd want the one that tastes good so you can eat it. I know you, yeah. Try the willow. No, maybe not. They got stuff in them no good for dogs, eh? Anyways, that dog wants me to go in and have a coffee and take him for a walk, so I guess I'm going to have to do that first, Charbear, yeah. Alright, you guys, those are Baxter's trees for tonight, and I'll make some more videos back out in the bush for you guys, finding some more. And if we have any trouble, we'll just take the dogs with us. Although Diggy will be retired pretty soon. You're not so young anymore. I'm gonna have to retire you from the tough guy thing. You're gonna have to retire a little, buddy. No going after monsters anymore at night for you. Now you can still help me in the dark, eh? Yes, when we go certain trees we go into the bush and get at night and stuff. If we make a night run, I just take Charlie with me because I'm big enough myself, but having a 200-pound dog with you really kind of helps. But you, Dig, I don't know. You're still going to do all the fun stuff with us, but I don't know. You might have to stay home at night when we go out now, buddy. Stay home, sleep with your mommy in a comfortable bed. Me and Charlie will go hold down the fort. Make sure Bigfoot's not stealing my trees. Alright you guys, have a good night, and love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.